You stood in the salon chair last week, or maybe it was 6 months ago, and you walked out feeling something was wrong. Not the cut itself. Something quieter. Something you couldn't quite name until you saw a photograph and thought, when did that happen to my face? That feeling has a name. And it is not your age. It is your hairstyle. You are a woman who pays attention. You care. You show up. And that is exactly why one outdated cut is quietly working against everything your bone structure, your eyes, and your natural elegance are trying to do. Every morning, without knowing it, this detail is adding 4 to 6 years to how your face reads. And the worst part? It takes less than one conversation with the right stylist to fix once you know what to ask for. There is one specific thing in part 3 that a stylist I spoke to told me is the single most common mistake she sees on women over 50, and the hardest habit to undo once it is locked in. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work immediately. Today we are covering 5 outdated hairstyles that are making you look older. And by part 2, you are going to want to stop and look in the mirror. I mean it. Part 1 opens with the mistake I see on almost every woman I speak to. And part 4 has a swap so simple it almost feels unfair that nobody says it plainly. Part 2 carries a fix that takes 30 seconds to understand and changes how your jawline reads in every room you walk into. Parts 3 and 5 are the 2 most requested and the most surprising. If you have not already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1. The blunt chin length bob. Here is what nobody says out loud in the salon. The cut that was modern and sharp 15 years ago is now doing something very specific to your face. And it is not what you paid for. You have been sitting in that chair and asking for the same thing. Maybe you call it a clean bob. Maybe you call it a classic. And the stylist gives it to you because you asked. But here is what that cut is actually doing. It is ending right at the widest point of your jaw. And that one detail is pulling the eye directly to the heaviest part of your face, flattening your cheekbones, and shortening your neck, quietly, every single day. This is the one a friend of mine heard, and immediately called her stylist the next morning. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The blunt chin length bob is a specific architectural problem. It draws a horizontal line across your face at the exact point your face is widest. And horizontal lines at the jaw do one thing. They age you. Specifically, they add width where you do not want it and remove length where your face needs it most. Here is the key insight most women never get told. Your bone structure did not change. Your features are still there, still beautiful, still strong. But the frame around them changed. And a frame that ends at the jaw is cutting off the very length that would carry the eye upward, toward your eyes, your cheekbones, your natural elegance. Write this one down. The fix is not dramatic. It does not mean going long. It means going past the jaw. Even 2 inches of additional length changes the entire geometry of your face. If you are still reaching for the classic blunt chin bob, swap it for a layered cut that falls just past the collarbone, or at the very minimum, 2 inches below the jaw. The length alone changes how your cheekbone reads in photographs, in rooms, and in every mirror you pass. Ask your stylist for long layers starting at the cheekbone. Those layers create movement. Movement carries the eye upward. And upward is the direction that returns years, not adds them. Maintenance tip. Ask for a trim every 8 weeks to keep the layers from falling flat. A layered bob needs regular shaping to hold its lift and movement. Coming up next, the one swap that takes 30 seconds to understand and changes how your entire jawline reads on camera. You will not expect which hairstyle it is. Part 2. The pyramid perm wave. Bold statement. Volume at the bottom of your hair is costing you more than you know. There is a specific shape that became popular decades ago, rounded at the sides, flat at the top, full and heavy below the ears. You may know it as a set wave. You may know it as a perm style. You may not even be able to name it. But if your hair is wider below your ears than it is at the crown, the pyramid shape is working against your face. Have you ever wondered why your hair looked heavier in photographs than it felt in person? The pyramid wave is why. It is physically reversing the proportions your face needs. This one is everything. Here is why. Your face is widest at the cheekbones. And that is beautiful. But the pyramid wave adds volume below the cheekbones and takes it away above. That inversion is the problem. It makes the top third of your face, where your eyes live, where your cheekbones catch light, look smaller. And a smaller upper face reads as older. Every time. The key insight. Your cheekbones are the most youth-signaling feature on your face after your eyes. Any hairstyle that diminishes their presence is quietly aging you. The pyramid wave is the #1 structural offender in this category. The fix begins at the crown. Volume at the crown lifts the entire face. It makes the eyes read higher. It makes the cheekbones appear more prominent. It is the single most effective architectural change a hairstyle can make for a woman over 50. This is the one that matters most. 3 specific fixes. First, ask for a cut with lift at the root and minimal volume below the ear. Second, if you love texture and wave, redirect it to the top layer of the hair. Wave at the crown elongates, wave at the jaw widens. Third, if you use rollers or a diffuser, set the crown first, always, with the largest proportion of volume there. If you are still reaching for the pyramid set wave, swap it for a style with root lift spray applied only at the crown, and finger diffuse from the top down. The shape reversal is immediate. 1 application. Your cheekbones re-emerge. Maintenance tip. Use a lightweight volumizing mousse at the root twice a week. Not throughout the hair, only at the crown, to hold the lift between washes. The next mistake is the one I see most often, and honestly, the most expensive one to fix if you leave it too long. Most women do not realize they are making it because it crept in gradually. Part 3, the mushroom cut. I watched a woman in a salon chair last week. Stunning bone structure, perfect posture, and one cut was doing all the wrong things to her face. She kept asking the stylist to just clean it up. She did not know what she was actually asking for. That cut was the mushroom. And it is everywhere. You recognize it even if you do not know the name. Short at the back and sides, rounded and full on top. The hem sitting just below the ears in a uniform curved line around the entire head. It looks neat. It looks maintained. And it is adding years to your face in a way that is very difficult to reverse once it becomes your signature style. Here is the specific mechanism. The mushroom cut removes all visible neckline. And your neck, the length of your neck, the line of your neck, is one of the most powerful youthful signals on your body after 50. When it disappears under a rounded hem, the entire silhouette compresses. There is a reason this mistake is the hardest one to spot on yourself. Because you have been doing it for so long it simply feels like your hair. It does not feel like a choice anymore. It feels like your identity. And that is exactly why it is the hardest to change. But here is the truth. And honestly, I wish someone had said this to me plainly years ago. The mushroom cut is not low maintenance. It is high maintenance in the wrong direction. It requires constant trims to stay round. And every trim doubles down on the compression. Yes. That simple. The key insight. Neckline visibility elongates. The moment the back of your neck and the line of your jaw are visually separated by even a ½ inch of visible skin, the entire silhouette becomes lighter, longer, and younger. For fixes. First, ask for the neckline to be tapered, not rounded. A soft taper at the nape exposes the neckline and immediately elongates. Second, add texture to the top layer to break the uniform roundness. Texture destroys the mushroom shape. Third, take the side length slightly shorter so the nape is revealed. Fourth, ask your stylist for a pixie-informed cut that keeps the top longer and tapers at the sides and back. It is the structural opposite of the mushroom. If you are still asking your stylist to clean up the mushroom, swap it for a textured taper, longer on top, tapered at the nape, with point cut ends that break the roundness. Your neck reappears. Your jawline lifts. The entire visual weight of your hair changes in one appointment. Maintenance tip. Ask for a nape taper every 5 weeks. Not the full cut, just the taper, to keep the neckline visible and prevent the mushroom from growing back. I did not expect part 4 to be the one people message me about most. But it always is. What is coming up next surprises nearly every woman who hears it, because it looks polished. It looks intentional. And it is quietly doing the most damage. Part 4, the overly stiff set style. Here is a bold truth that most people in this space never say plainly. The stiffer your hair, the older you look. Not slightly, measurably. The overly set, helmet-shaped style, sprayed hard, combed smooth, without a single strand moving naturally, is the hairstyle equivalent of a closed door. It signals effort in the wrong direction. It signals maintenance over vitality. And vitality is the single most powerful visual signal of youth after bone structure. You have seen it. And if you are completely honest with yourself, you have probably worn it. The hair that does not move when you turn your head. The style that looks exactly the same at the end of the day as it did at the beginning. The can of hairspray that holds everything in place until everything looks placed. This specific choice is flattening the natural light-catching texture of your hair and replacing it with a surface that reflects light like lacquer. And lacquered hair always reads older, in every light, in every room. Here is what I wish someone had whispered to me the day I first picked up a can of maximum hold spray. Movement is youth. Literally. Young hair moves. It catches light differently at different angles. It has texture variation. Some pieces lighter, some deeper, some catching warmth. When you freeze that with product, you erase the very quality that makes hair look alive. This one is everything, and the fix is almost embarrassingly simple. 3 targeted fixes. First, swap maximum hold spray for a light hold finishing spray applied only at the roots and parting. Let the ends move freely. Second, introduce one piece of visible texture. A soft wave through the top layer. A single face framing piece brushed forward. That breaks the uniformity. Third, finish your style while the hair is still slightly warm, then leave it alone. The warmth sets a natural memory. The product freezes it. But if you stop touching it after styling, the texture survives. If you are still finishing every style with a full coat of hold spray, swap it for a single pump of serum through the mid-lengths and ends, followed by one light mist of flexible hold spray at the parting only. The ends move. The light catches them. Your hair looks alive again because it is. Maintenance tip. Do a product-free wash once a week to reset any buildup from setting sprays. Buildup is the invisible reason your hair loses movement even before you style it. There is one thing about the final hairstyle mistake that nobody in this space talks about openly. It looks modern. It looks intentional. But it is the one aging detail that photographs the most harshly. That is next. Part 5. The severe center part with flat panels. Most women who are making this mistake believe they are making a modern choice. And in fairness, the center part looked contemporary on runways and feeds, and everywhere online for years. The problem is what it does to a face over 50 that it does not do to a face at 25. Here is the specific issue. The severe center part, worn with flat, unlifted panels on either side of the face, draws one long unbroken vertical line directly down through your features. And that line, instead of elongating, does the opposite. It halves your face. It splits your strongest visual asset, your eyes, your cheekbones, your symmetry, directly down the middle, and it emphasizes any asymmetry, any shifting, any softening of the facial structure that comes naturally with age. And if the panels beside the parting are flat and unlayered, which they almost always are with this style, they press against your cheeks and jaw, pulling everything downward with their weight. Honestly, this one surprised even me the first time I understood the geometry, because it looks so deliberate. It looks like someone made a careful styling choice. But the flat center part is adding 3 to 5 years through a mechanism most women never consider. It removes all visual volume from the area directly beside your eyes, which is exactly where volume creates lift. There is a reason this is the most photographed mistake I cover. Because it is subtle. Because it looks fine in the mirror at home. And then you see the photograph and something is off, but you cannot name what it is. Now you can. This one detail is quietly pressing your cheeks flat and pulling your eye sockets downward in every single photograph. For fixes, and none of them require a haircut. First, shift the parting 1 inch off center. That single inch breaks the splitting symmetry and immediately creates visual imbalance in the best possible way. Your stronger side leads, your eye catches it, your face reads as more dimensional. Second, add volume at the root beside the parting using a round brush or root lift spray before styling. This pushes the panels away from the face instead of flat against it. Third, ask your stylist to cut face framing pieces at the front that angle forward toward the cheekbone. These pieces redirect the eye upward instead of downward. Fourth, if you love a center part, Wear it with waves or texture throughout, never with flat, sleek panels. Texture breaks the vertical halving. If you are still centering your part and pressing your panels flat, swap it for an off-center part with root volume, and at least 2 face framing pieces cut to angle forward at the cheekbone. Your cheekbones re-emerge. Your eye sockets lift. Your whole face opens up in every photograph from this moment forward. Maintenance tip: use a fine-tooth comb only at the parting itself and a paddle brush for the lengths. This keeps the parting precise without flattening the root volume you just built. What you now know has taken most women years to figure out, and you learned it in one sitting. That is not a small thing. That is your face, your confidence, and your mornings, permanently improved. If you are still centering your part and pressing your panels flat, swap it for an off-center part with root volume, and at least 2 face framing pieces cut to angle forward at the cheekbone. Your cheekbones re-emerge. Your eye sockets lift. Your whole face opens up in every photograph from this moment forward. Maintenance tip: use a fine-tooth comb only at the parting itself and a paddle brush for the lengths. This keeps the parting precise without flattening the root volume you just built. What you now know has taken most women years to figure out, and you learned it in one sitting. That is not a small thing. That is your face, your confidence, and your mornings, permanently improved.